Get ready to say goodbye to purchased syrups because carrot syrup has numerous advantages that purchased syrups do not have. In addition to being a powerful medicine, it's natural, easy to make, and has only 3 ingredients. It doesn't need to be cooked, so the properties of the carrot are not lost. And this means that you fully assimilate all of its anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, and antiviral power. But to make this syrup, there's a little secret that I'm going to tell you today that will make all the difference. But can everyone take it? Are there any contraindications? Yes, there are, which is why you need to know what they are before taking it. The incredible thing is that this syrup has other benefits besides improving coughs. It even helps improve vision. You won't believe it. This syrup can be taken every day because it's more than a medicine. It's a multivitamin complex. That's right. Stay with me until the end and I'll tell you everything. I'm Anna Maria Ciavarini and you're on Dr. Anna Maria's Tips. I'm a dentist and have a postgraduate degree in nutrition and functional gastronomy. This video was based on a lot of research and scientific articles, references that I'll leave for you here in the description. This content is responsibility to you and your family. First of all, tell me in the comments where in the world are you watching me from and how much do you pay there where you live for a cough syrup at the pharmacy. I don't know about you, but for me, buying cough syrup is not as simple a task as it seems. And when it comes to choosing, it's even harder than choosing a secret friend gift. Don't believe me? Then check this out. But seriously, what does carrot syrup have that the others don't? First of all, in order to respect this vegetable, you have to know where it is in the hierarchy of vegetables. Carrots are at the top of the list in terms of health benefits, with over 30 benefits, including beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. They are important because they prevent your skin from photoaging, prevent skin cancer, increase the protection of the skin and mucous membranes, and have direct benefits for vision. Carrots also strengthen the immune system because they contain vitamin A, vitamin C, which has antioxidant properties and increases the bioavailability of vitamin A. Both vitamins A and C help stimulate the body's defense cells and fight colds and flu. Now, carrot syrup enhances these properties and transforms carrots into a natural antibiotic, antifungal, and antimicrobial, meaning that whatever the cause of your sore throat, flu, fever, cough, or infection, this syrup will not only stimulate the body to fight the intruder, but will also help kill whatever is causing the infection, whether it is a fungus, bacteria, or virus. In addition, carrot syrup helps eliminate phlegm from the throat because it has an expectorant action. It relieves coughs because it moisturizes the mucous membrane in the throat, which protects against irritation and reduces the cough reflex. But there is another benefit of carrot syrup that is worth its weight in gold. It has no contraindications. Anyone can use it as long as they are not allergic to carrots, lemon, and brown sugar. Since it does not contain dyes or other chemical additives, it is the most recommended syrup for sensitive people, allergy sufferers, and children. And here's a fun fact for diabetics or pre-diabetic. Even though it contains brown sugar, the syrup has a low glycemic level when compared to a regular syrup because of the carotenoids in carrots, which are pigments that, in addition to protecting the retina, are responsible for reducing insulin production. Another thing is that the fiber in carrots, called pectin, slows down the absorption of sugar, which prevents a rapid rise in blood glucose levels. And finally, this syrup is made with raw carrots, which have a low glycemic index, much lower than cooked carrots. The International Diabetes Federation published in a very interesting article, which I will make available to you in the video description, that vitamin A is essential for diabetics because it prevents diabetic retinopathy, a disease that affects the retina and can lead to vision loss. But here's an important warning. Carrot syrup should be used by diabetics as a natural cough remedy, but be sure to consult your doctor so that you are following the care protocol he or she recommends for you, okay? And have you ever used this syrup? If so, let us know in the comments because I want to know. Now let's get to the recipe. Write it down. To prepare the carrot syrup is very easy. You will need 1 large carrot, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. If you prefer, you can use honey, and half a squeezed lemon is also optional. Preparation method. Wash the carrot well and grate it on a grater using the smallest grater so that a lot of juice comes out. Place the carrot in a glass container and cover with sugar or honey. If desired, add lemon juice. Cover the container and let it sit for a few hours until the carrot releases its juice. If you wish, you can strain it, especially for children. But diabetics and adults who want to keep their blood sugar levels under control should not strain it. The preparation time varies between 2 and 12 hours outside the refrigerator. To store it, it is important to sterilize the glass and keep the container closed in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. Pay attention because now comes the tip. Since this syrup is natural, it can undergo some unpleasant changes, such as acetic fermentation, which is undesirable in this process, where our delicious syrup ferments and turns into vinegar. So to prevent this from happening, you need to clean the utensils you use well and wash the carrot well, not forgetting to scrape the skin. This reduces the amount of acetic bacteria. Always use sugar or honey. This ingredient is important because sugar or honey help to create an environment that is unfavorable for the growth of bacteria's acetic. Adding lemon to the syrup is very important, not only for the delicious sour taste or its powerful source of vitamin C, but lemon increases the acidity of the syrup and it inhibits the growth of bacteria. Store the syrup in the refrigerator because the low temperature of the refrigerator slows down the fermentation process. And last but not least, observe your syrup. If you notice changes in the color, smell, or flavor of the syrup, such as a strong vinegar odor, you can discard it. Did you see how easy it is? Super wonderful recipe now. If you want to make it even more powerful, add 5 drops of propolis to each spoonful. But how should we consume it? Adults can take 1 tablespoon 2 to 3 times a day to combat coughing, sore throat, or mucus. Now pay attention. Here is a note for children. Children up to 2 years old cannot take honey. The syrup has to be made with brown sugar. 1 teaspoon 2 to 3 times a day. Honey is not recommended for children under 2 years old. This is recommended by the Food Guide for Brazilian children under 2 years old from the Ministry of Health. Honey should not be given to them. The main reason is the risk of contamination by the bacteria Clostridium botulinum, which can be fatal. Therefore, before making syrup for children, consult your pediatrician. Another issue regarding honey is that it needs to be of good origin. That is, for its safety, it must be raw, with nothing added to the ingredients, and most importantly, it must be registered with Anvisa. It is important that you know that this content is intended to guide you, but it is not a substitute for a medical consultation. And speaking of which, I can't make this content without reminding you to take care of your health. Pay extra attention to routine exams. You, women, should do your mammogram and breast ultrasound, obstetric ultrasound, and transvaginal ultrasound. So guys, you need to be up to date with these exams. Men over 40 also need to do their routine prostate exams, but it is also important to evaluate the breasts because although it is not so common, men can also have breast cancer. The National Cancer Institute, INCA, estimates that breast cancer in men represents only 1% of the total cases of the disease. However, data from 2020 showed 207 deaths of men from breast cancer in Brazil. This is because this subject is not discussed much. There is a low level of awareness. If you want me to talk more about this topic, breast cancer in men, leave it here for me in the comments. Many breast cancers can be linked to the ovaries, like mine, ductal, and lobular, with the BRCA2 gene, a gene that is responsible for inducing tumors in the breasts and ovaries. Many of you, my followers, may be noticing a difference in me. But this video was made with the help of artificial intelligence, and I am using an avatar of myself. I do the research, create the script, and record an audio, but the person here in front of you is my avatar. Cool, huh? This is because I am currently undergoing chemotherapy for breast cancer, and I am feeling a little weak. For those who have already undergone chemotherapy, you know that it can be a bit tough. I have been posting about my treatment progress on the YouTube community. Follow me there. If you don't know about my fight against cancer, then watch this video that I will leave in the recommendations for you. Tell me what you thought of this video. Like it and subscribe to the channel. Kisses to you. Until next time.